Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today welcome to number 2 in a series out of 3 of amazing swingovers that you can do at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. We've just got localizer capture over here for an ILS approach runway 27, followed by a swingover to runway 22. Now this is actually one that I could not find any video material of on the internet. However, a friend of mine who did fly the 747 out of Amsterdam assured me he has done it in the past. Now this time we're going to swing over to runway 22. A lot of you will be familiar with the swing over runway 24, but this one is about runway 22. Now you can see looking at the general airport chart that this is quite a tight one. You're approaching for the ILS 27 over here, and then you swing over and land on a runway 22. Now 22 is normally the business jet runway, it's only 2,020 meters long, but why would you do that swing over overall? Well, mostly it was done on maintenance check flights, because the maintenance hangars are located to the left side here of the runway 22, so for that reason sometimes they did do these approaches. In passenger operation I couldn't find any evidence of this having been executed, however it has been on maintenance check flights, so this is another most challenging approach, especially since it was done on the mighty Boeing 747. So we are going to start with the ILS approach on runway 27 that we can find on a Navigraph chart over here. And we are going to fly the approach normally, make sure that we're stabilized early, and then we're going to brake to the left on the short final there and establish ourselves with the final approach runway 22. Obviously this is a short runway even for a Boeing 747, so we are going to use a higher auto brake setting. Auto brake 3 it is going to be today. But do keep in mind, we are only going to do this since we are on a maintenance check flight with a rather low gross weight. So as you can see, we're at 260 tons over here and a flap 30 landing. So this is going to be quite a bit of fun. Now, why would you opt for the ILS 27 with a swing over on a runway 22 instead of directly carrying out approach towards runway 22? Well, that becomes quite obvious if you look outside into the general direction where we come from. So, approaching runway 27, we are mostly going over a couple of small villages, like the one we have down here, and over fields. Approaching runway 22, you're going right over the city, and that is something that you want to avoid as good as practicable. Now today we've caught a very nice day over in Amsterdam, so let's have a very quick look into the weather to check that as well. So Amsterdam Schiphol 290 at 17, slightly variable over here, so it is going to be pretty much a direct crosswind if we take into account the variability of the wind over here. Alright, so we should intercept the ILS any moment now. Indeed, the glide slope is just about coming alive, so let's start reducing towards the flap 5 speed, and then we are going to make this a nice and stable approach. Okay, so runway 27 is in sight, just over there. Runway 22 is just over there. So don't confuse this one with the circling onto runway 24, which is going to have its dedicated video, probably released a day after this one. The circling runway 24 you see quite a bit of videos on, and it is the most commonly carried out, but also the least spectacular. So this one is, seeing that it's flown with Boeing 747s, one of the, probably the second most spectacular, just after the 18 ride circling 04. But a most impressive approach overall as well. 2500. Checked. Alright, so that's pretty much everything we can say over this. Now, final reason why would you do this approach? Well, quite easy. First of all, you've got the noise abatement for the city that is right over here. And then secondly, think about taxi time. So runway 27, you land over here, vacate probably November 4, and then you go all the way around and you have to cross a runway, and then you eventually end up at the hangars. So you can easily save, like, you name it, 10-15 minutes of taxi time by doing this little swing over here. Now, in case some of you are wondering, so why are you literally doing this on check flights only? Well, it is a matter of fact that on check flights the airplane tends to be put up against limits that it would not be on normal passenger services. So on check flights you see stuff like this done, while on passenger services it wouldn't happen that much. Alright, so that's pretty much all our preparations done, so let's go ahead and start the approach and get our airplane stable so that we can continue with the so that we can continue with the more interesting part. Okay, come on, speed brakes, time to arm. Here we go. Alright, flaps 30. Going to use slightly higher approach speed. I'm going to use VRF plus 10. And then we can do the landing checklist. Here we go, landing checklist complete. Okay, very cool. So once again, if we look over, this is the reason why we do not want to fly the approaches to runway 22 straight in, if we can avoid it. And over here we've got the airport. That's runway 24 over there. That's the one you see being circled the most often. Runway 22 is located just down here. So that's going to be one of the more impressive approaches, let's call it that way. Okay then, let's take over. Autopilot off, and I am going to keep the auto thrust active for this approach so that we can focus on the actual approach part itself. So down here is our runway. That's runway 22. Checked. I'm going a little bit below the glide slope because the threshold for 22 is closer than the threshold for runway 27. And now we simply got to find the right timing. Okay, flight directors off. Let's start the left-hand turn. Going straight into the puppy down here. Continue. Alright. Speed brake up, reverse normal. Okay, 100 knots, 80 knots, 60 knots, and here we are. Okay then, going to vacate to the left towards the hangars, and that's going to be it for this video. I sure hope you did like it. Do let me know in the comments below, and then stand by for the last in the series. That is going to come straight tomorrow, when we are going to fly the ILS 27 with a circle land for runway 24, which is the least spectacular, but by all means the most commonly used of those swing over approaches. That's going to be it for this video. I do hope you liked it. Do let me know in the comments, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like in YouTube as well, as it does help with the algorithms, and subscribe for more. And finally, I would like to say thank you very much for watching. See you all again on the next one, and if you really like this one, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you for watching, and see you all again on the next one.